And here we see the wild opal blitz in its natural habitat, moving construction materials and stone between the forest cargo station and the harbour. Such a majestic creature.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Panzer here, and welcome back to Transport Fever. Now in the last episode we set up this line right here next to the construction materials plant, which is, come to think of it, where the hell is it? Over there. So it's all the way around this bend. It is actually quite a picturesque scene, really, if you think about it. This truck station, and then going all the way around that bend to the construction materials plant. It is actually quite nice looking, and that's all thanks to the increased vegetation mod that I'm running right now. So you end up, it only works on new maps where it spawns an increased amount of vegetation, so you get a lot thicker forests and everything like that. It's not just plain greens. And of course this stuff gets bulldozed, and you know, as you build on it, but it does look quite nice before all that happens. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to show that. But yeah, you can see this these little opal blitzes now bringing the stone and construction materials back and forth with this new line that we have. And I think it's honestly going to be one of our more profitable lines, because I have seen that in previous games. That yeah, you do end up with far more profits from stone movement, especially stone movement. I had one line that was running stone between one particular construction materials plant, and that was making about 3 million a year and had 30 trucks on it, and all of them were always full. So you can get quite a lot of use out of that. I don't know if we're necessarily going to see the same thing with ships. I would be interested to see if that really is a thing. But hopefully it does start becoming useful very soon. But it's almost like clockwork, just seeing these trucks moving back and forth. One of the things I really enjoy about this game is just kind of watching the trucks go back and forth. It's almost like I could have a looping video right now and you wouldn't even know the difference. But no, I can assure you this is definitely recorded live right now. And it just looks like this. The trucks just go in and out like that. They're at such a perfect spacing that it just almost looks like it's looping. Pretty much. So yeah, it's quite nice to see. There isn't anything at the station at the moment, so it is just empty trucks for now. But hopefully, you know, when these ships start bringing in more stone, we can actually see that happening. Like this one right here is 26 units of stone already. The production on this quarry is not very high, unfortunately, and I don't really like that. I think if I add another ship to this line, I'm hesitant to do that, but I think, you know what, let's just do it anyway to see if it helps with the frequency and brings the production up enough. I don't think that's a thing, though. I really don't think that's a thing, but hopefully it helps in some way. But who can really tell for sure? I'm just going to turn the red numbers off. We don't like to see when things cost us money. But also, it lags the game for some reason. It's a very bizarre thing. So these ships are going to be very low capacity for a while, I think. But since it has been upgraded, yeah, we can definitely see the production is going up. So yeah, it's getting higher. So yeah, it could be a thing. This could very well be a thing. I do want to do more with it though, but there isn't really much else we can do with it. This quarry is so far away from just about everything that it really doesn't seem like it's going to help all that much if I just add to it. I mean, good to see that the passenger lines are still doing alright. There's that weird long bend that I had to do just to get around the contours. I almost forgot why I did that to begin with, going up this way. But yeah, you can actually see just how steep that slope is, just going around the slope. As much as possible, and it sort of helped, it sort of worked. It slows the trains down, but we're okay with that for now. These trains don't need to be particularly fast. It's just, I'm glad I didn't put steam trains on these, because they would actually struggle with that slope, a lot more than these electric trains are right now. It's good to see those trains are more than likely going to be making a fair amount of profit. I mean, this line already, this passenger service, is actually making a fair amount of money. It's just maybe not enough yet. But that remains to be seen. This fuel line is still producing ridiculous amounts. This refinery is actually already upgraded once, so it can actually produce a lot more. And I think that has to do in part with this fuel line that we have here. Just have a look. The aid fuel line, I mean, that's already making about 75,000, and that's with 7 trucks on it. But they're not getting as much fuel as this train line is, which is a bit unfortunate, so quite a lot of them are going back empty or just really low cap. So it is not really moving as much, which is a bit of a shame. I would probably need to upgrade the capacity again on this line to get more crude oil over there. Because yeah, because of the production being split between these two, they're not really upgrading yet. So they're just backing up with oil in this case, and it's just not enough to really make that much of a difference yet. But I could look at doing that. That is definitely a possibility. So really the lifeblood of the company is black gold right now. We are actually an oil company. Holy shit, that's just dawned on me. We are an oil company. Let's not dwell on the connotations of that. Let's move along to these here. So we got some construction materials waiting now, and there are actually a fair amount of them. It is actually making an alright amount, I guess. I wouldn't say it's great. But as these ships start to fill up with a bit more... Oh, we've unlocked something. Ah, we've unlocked some trains. And the MAN 19304. So we can upgrade our trucks now to have more capacity too. So that's an idea. We've got faster and more capacity. Or larger trucks, I guess. So let's have a look at that. So yeah, we've got the MAN 19304. That is a capacity of 16 compared to the capacity of 11 here. That's a very big difference, but it is pretty much double the price. It does go 20 kilometers an hour faster though, so that is a possible upgrade in future, and I might even switch all new lines to that. I mean, starting with this line, the construction materials line would probably need faster trucks just because of how much greater the distance is, but I could say the same thing about this fuel line, to be honest. Alright, decided to bite the bullet and just take out a loan to get this train going. I mean, in the end, this is our most profitable line, so improving the profits on here, we can bear the running costs for this particular one as well. These trains are genuinely very cheap to run. I mean, I could even increase the capacity per train. I've just realized I got the wrong color on that. There we go, now it's black. I could even increase the capacity on each train, add another 2 wagons to this, and we'd be looking at, what, 100? A capacity of 100, or at least 80? I mean, that's not bad. I think it's like 15 per wagon, so we add another 2 on here, it's going to be a capacity of 80, so that's not bad. It's genuinely not bad. We could even do that. That would definitely up the capacity now to 240 on the entire line, so that's something. You know, it's not a small amount. So, upgrading it to that, like, look at this, we've already got 21 on here, and this is its first trip. The first stop, even, so, yeah, we could even do with more capacity on each train. The only problem is, the wagons themselves cost $1 million each, and that's a lot of money for 15 units. But, then again, it has the potential to make a lot more than that, so... You gotta spend money to make money, I guess. I've also just realized we don't need the catenaries on this, since these are not electric trains. But I haven't removed them simply because I don't know if these are going to stay forever. We may upgrade them to electric trains if there's a better one that comes along. But for now, this is actually like the cheapest way we can get the fuel over there. So, we'll see. I do actually like riding along with these trains. They're actually quite nice. You just see it go along this particular track. And taking the wider outside track, I've just only realized how steep a slope this is. The train is actually having to brake going around this corner just to slow itself down. It is actually quite a steep corner. Oh well. Building from a top down, you don't really see a lot of these things. But now we do. This is going to load up on more crude oil. I think it's honestly going to be full by the time it gets to there. Oh no, it's only at 48. But that's okay. We've got 3 trains now. Three trains and a total capacity of 180. So that is not bad. And to be honest, this could very well be the first, I guess, train line that we upgrade to a double rail, like a full-fledged double rail. It's entirely possible. I mean, everything's on the right direction. We might as well. Yes, the one downside of having more trains on the tracks means more stoppages per train. Which we can't really do anything about until we go double track. So that's a bit of a downside. Not a huge downside. After all, the pauses are not particularly long. But it just means that it's going to happen more often. With only 2 trains on the tracks without proper sort of synchronization, it is actually much harder. Still honestly quite happy seeing that logo on the side of the train. Somehow it fits these little black trains so much nicer than on anything else. I've actually seen this logo on the side of planes as well. If you follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/PanzerDusk, I actually tweeted out some pictures of when I was testing out the logo and how it looked on the side of a 737. And it was interesting seeing it on the tail of a 737. It actually looked okay, but it was a bit weird. I think, honestly, on the side of these sort of trains, it makes a lot more sense. I mean, sure, it's a tank on a train, but then again, this is a tank on a train that's towing tanks. So, it's got that going for it, which is nice. Alright, so I had a thought. And what I did was, I left the game running for several months. In game time. I didn't just, I went AFK for a few months and came back. No, I just left it running at sort of double speed. Not at the fastest speed, mind you, but at double speed. You can already see some of these lines making a very big difference already. So this passenger service that we are running now has such high demand. The passengers are just queuing up at each station, really. There's a lot of passengers waiting now. And I believe each train has a capacity of, 60 passengers? Something like that. And they are getting quite full from some of these stations right here. So they are actually making a fair amount of money now per passenger. I mean, I'm just having a look at the trains. Yeah, like, this is making a lot more profit than it was. And this is like half a year gone, and it's already made that much. So I feel like this is not going to be an issue. This is going to really make a lot of profit. But the crude oil and fuel line, and why I said this is the lifeblood of the company, really, is, just look at it. Like, each train is turning a decent amount of profit. It's moving a fair amount. And because it's bringing the fuel such a long way, it's also earning a lot more for each trip. So, because it's making profit both ways, it is our most profitable line. Now, of course, this still needs something, but you know how I said that the high capacity of these ships is definitely going to help us along? Well, the quarry is now at its maximum production, meaning it is going to upgrade very soon, and we're going to see a lot more stone being deposited here. But these ships are now actually bringing quite a lot over, so there's quite a lot. There's 3 truckloads full just sitting here waiting to be transported, so I may not even have to switch these trucks out to a different line. They are just not going to be empty ever. So I could even upgrade these trucks to the newer ones and just have those run, and that would actually be better. Now, the production here for the construction materials is about to reach capacity as well. It's asking us actually to ship more of these, so I could switch these trucks over to... I could have the Opel Blitzes running back and forth here, because they don't really need the speed or capacity, just the frequency, I guess. But these here, I could switch these over to the new trucks that we have. So that's definitely a possibility here, but this is going to be very, very profitable as soon as they start moving everything along. Let's see what this one is. This one's a fuel line. I'm going to see how the fuel line is going by road right now. I don't think it's doing brilliantly, to be honest. It's just not enough fuel going to this line. There's definitely a higher demand on the trains than the trucks. So I don't really know exactly where that's going to go, but for now at least it's doing okay. The one thing that's really still draining money right now are these bus services and tram services that aren't really getting the capacity yet. I think we do need more passengers coming in before it really becomes useful to us. So I've been thinking, and this is just a thought, but what if we start taking to the skies now? Or at least very soon. So maybe, in the next episode, we can actually get a plane service going from Carnforth to New Haven, and that might actually be profitable in the long run. I mean, we are making enough money to maybe bear the cost of that for a little while. Let's just have a look at our finances now. Yeah, our income is 5.9 million as of July. So this year is going to be our most profitable year yet, I'm pretty sure. But our running costs are still pretty high. So we have about $2 million spare. At this point in time, $2 million of running costs available. We could put an airport in and run a couple of planes. But yeah, I'm thinking that will probably be the next episode. But if you're enjoying the series, and if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Really enjoying Transport Fever at the moment, so thank you all very much for watching. My name is Panzer, and I'll see you next time.